Okay, I guess I'm doing this as a response to Jesus Freaks, what is the purpose of humanity, and the whole atheist perspective on it. Really there is no atheist perspective on the meaning of humanity. It sort of, varies from person to person, and, like, I have a different view, Amazing Atheist has different views, Rabbit Ape probably has different views, it just varies from people to people. It's not some, unified purpose as, Christianity or, other religious beliefs have it. So, what do I think, is the purpose of humanity? I guess mainly to advance as a species. I mean, that's what we're doing right now. I mean, look, I'm doing a webcam video. That shows a lot of advancement in just humanity's understanding of technology. I mean, I wouldn't be making this if we didn't understand the internet or anything else, or this laptop that I'm making the video on. So I guess what our purpose is to advance. Don't know how, like, the future of our advancement, but you never know. We could be going in outer space soon. It's a possibility. Um, so I mean, Christianity has the view like, oh well, purpose of humanity is to serve its creator, and I don't really care. You can do that if you want. I choose not to. I guess I think of it as that if I do that, then I'm wasting my time on Earth. I want to do great things with my life. With my education, I take it like a lot, a lot more seriously than I used to. I want to go into the translative field, Russian, stuff like that. That just interests me. I think that's my purpose. I mean, everyone has their own individual fields and purposes in life. I mean, there are some people that were born to be politicians, I guess. There are some people that were born to be doctors. It just kind of varies from person to person. I don't think we all have that one set purpose in life, or, humanity as a whole has one true set purpose besides just advancement as a species. That's what we've been doing as a species, just constantly advancing. So it kind of makes sense when you think about it, because, we wouldn't have technology, you know, we wouldn't have cell phones, you know, we wouldn't have books, we wouldn't have, this book right here. How do we get it? Because we advanced. Like, see, American government, advancement, you know, it's simple like that. Like CDs, wouldn't have CDs without technology. Rammstein's awesome, by the way. I think they're a cool band. Like the computers, as I said before, we just wouldn't be there without advancing. And like, our bodies are, from advancing. Our bodies are advancing. Our bodies adjust. And that's pretty much the purpose of humanity, is to just advance and, adjust to the new situations and just propel itself. And what happens at the end of that? I don't know. No one knows. I can't tell the future. You could see humanity wiping itself out from technology, which wouldn't be very... It's kind of a grim prediction, but, those little apocalyptic things are out there. So, it's possibility. I like to be open to, what really is going to happen. Probably nothing extraordinary, like, oh, we can go to like, Mars. I don't think that'll happen in my lifetime. Maybe, my grandkids or something like that. You never know. And then your second question is, why have religions played a part in the past? And, simply just because you could say, well, see, as you've noticed, as some people have noticed, the religious community is shrinking slowly, and that's because of education. I think of education as the greatest thing that humanity has. And as people become more educated, they start to think on their own and decide, maybe there really isn't, a God or anything. Because, I mean, we see the Bible, there's a lot of, evidence that is, in the Bible that you don't really actually see. Like, I haven't seen any evidence at all besides what the Bible says of, like, the flood, just for example. Or, some of the other things that have happened in the Bible. I just don't see too much structural evidence besides, that big book, however big, some volumes are different sizes. But, I just don't see any other proof for it. And that could be one reason. And in the past, we didn't have such, great technology and all that other, stuff that we have today. There wasn't evolutionary theory back then, and, other cultures like the Aztecs had a god out of fear. They sacrificed people to a god just because they wanted the sun to rise. So, I mean, it could be fear, or even, for agricultural reasons. Like, people would pray to gods, and just so that way they would have a plentiful crop season. I mean, there are many different, like, reasons why people have believed in a god. Also, you could say that people have believed in a god because they want answers. I mean, no one likes to be completely left in the dark for their whole lives. I certainly don't like being left in the dark, but I'm trying to find answers as I go on in life. So people could see God as just a way of, having an answer. I mean, it's right there. It's so easy. I mean, when you think about it, God is this, it's a God as a person, or like a concept that no human can understand, yet we have it, and we believe in this God, and we have, a religious work to support it. So I think that's where, all that stuff comes from, is just the meaning for an answer, or, maybe just to have a group. What is Christianity but an extremely large global group? I mean, there are Christians in America, Europe, Africa. They're all over the place, You can find Christians pretty much wherever you go. Same with Muslims and Buddhists. And so I have a friend in my school that's Buddhist. I mean, they're just all over. Religions are giant groups. Their ideas are widespread. So I think that really just all those, religions in the past have been a result of either, lack of knowledge, and, schooling is very important. You find that a lot of scholars and people that have, like, pretty much indulged themselves in books and philosophies don't tend to believe in a god. Like, Karl Marx didn't really believe in a god. He was a philosopher. Friedrich Nietzsche, or however you pronounce, I never can get his name right. I don't think he believed in a god. He didn't believe in a god. And, other, like Plato, I don't think he did. I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't know. But, there are also others that haven't, like, really believed in a god before, and they were extremely smart people. I mean, you can't say Karl Marx was an idiot. You can't just create, a gigantic 3-volume book like Das Kapital without having some knowledge. He didn't do it by himself, of course. He was dead before volumes 2 and 3 got out. That was Friedrich Engels who did that. But you can't say that they were stupid. That would just be a fallacy. Same with, like, other revolutionaries across the world. You can't say they were stupid. So, and they didn't believe in a god. I mean, like, since I'm big on Russian history, I guess I could use Vladimir Lenin as a good example. He was extremely educated. I mean, his father was the head of a school, like a big upstanding school. And so you can't say that these, atheists, those like world-renowned atheists and philosophers were not intelligent. They were. And why didn't they believe in the God? It was probably because they had that intelligence in the first place. They didn't logically think that there was a God. I mean, I can't logically believe that there's a God. I need evidence, in my opinion. I like basing my ideas and beliefs on just solid evidence. I think there's more evidence to support the theory of evolution than there is to support a God. That's just my opinion. So, that's pretty much the answer to both of your questions. Shinigami, peace out.